Hey everyone. So I just wrote this article that I thought was cool because I wanted to show people how they could invest in the concept of remote work in a pretty direct way. So I wrote this post about public companies that are currently supporting remote work with products and also the work cultures that they foster. So you can invest in these companies if you're a US citizen and if you have some extra money saved up. I'd recommend at least having like $1,000 to play around with, and I'll show you how you can actually invest that money in a few minutes. But first, here are the companies. So Atlassian, they make tools like Jira and Trello, Slack. I think everyone knows what that is. Zoom, Twitter, and then Shopify. So these two companies don't actually make remote work tools per se. They just have remote work cultures. So they're very adamant about working remotely, more so because of what's been happening lately with the coronavirus. So these companies are actually developing remote work cultures pretty aggressively. So if you like that concept, you can invest in them. So the Shopify is pretty high price right now to purchase it at like $800, but I think it's an actual better buy than Twitter, just because Twitter, it's always up and down in terms of the share price. Um, I'm not a financial expert. Like, this is not solid financial advice. This is just my opinion. So take it with a grain of salt. And then these companies, I would probably invest in more. And I'm actually going to show you how to invest in Atlassian. I think this is the best buy, and a lot of analysts say that is. So you can see what the consensus is from professionals in the finance industry, what they think about you buying this right now. So Atlassian is the strongest buy, Slack's a moderate buy, and also Zoom's a moderate buy. So let's go ahead and see how you can actually invest in these companies. So you want to go to Etrade. You can also use tools like Robinhood. So Robinhood's a smartphone app, but I like Etrade because you get the app and also this full desktop experience. This is my current portfolio. So you can see up here I have like $1,400 to play around with. These are companies I've already invested in. So I'm gonna go ahead and find Atlassian. Again, this is the company that makes Jira, which is a software development tool. It helps engineers work together. They can be anywhere in the world. It's just a really easy way to collaborate on software development projects. And I've even used it for marketing projects. Every company I've been at uses this, and it just makes remote work so much easier, especially if it's a tech team uh, building a product that requires a lot of engineers. They also own Trello, and they also announced that they're going to team up with. They're purchasing a company that integrates with Slack, and it's a pretty big deal. They also have a partnership with Slack, so buying Slack and Atlassian, that they kind of feed off one another at this point. They benefit one another, so when one does well, the other does well. In a way, not too dramatically, but they are partnered together. So here you can see the analyst consensus is strong buy. The price is $183 about per share right now, and you can see that it's just trending up and up and up. So now I think it was an especially good time to buy it, just because it's just going to be more popular now because they're purchasing. I think they're going to start purchasing more companies that are associated with tools like Slack that empower remote work and communication outside of the office. So you can see it's really spiking right now. So I think if you're going to buy this one, now's a good time. If you like what they do, I think that's always like a prerequisite for buying. So you want to like what they actually build. I love Trello. I love that they purchased Trello. I use Trello all the time myself. And again, every company I've been at uses this tool. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and buy some right now. So it's really easy. You just click buy. And I'm going to buy. So I'm not going to buy some of these other tools that I listed just because I like to buy a lot of one company. I don't like to like have one or two shares of a company. It's not as exciting. So if they do well, you don't really see the gains because you're just so diversified. Again, that's like a better, safer strategy for investment. But this is like kind of money to play around with, and just to like kind of get your hands in the playing field of remote work. So I'm gonna buy as many as I can of this with the current funds I have. I think I have like $1,400. So I'm gonna buy seven. So that's about, I should be able to make this work. And then you're gonna choose market. So the current market share is $183 about. Um, yeah, and then usually it goes through pretty immediately. So you click preview and place order. And usually it goes through immediately. And I just got a notification on my phone saying it was executed. So when I go back to my portfolio, I should see Atlassian here. Yep, so team. So I own 7 shares of team Atlassian right now, which is really cool. Um, and then I also have $144 left to play around with. So yeah, that's a quick way to invest in the concept of remote work through the stock market. Again, you have to be a U.S. citizen. I think if there are other ways to invest, like if you're in Canada, like you can. I know Shopify is in the exchange market in Canada, but I'm not sure about the other companies. But yeah, so like if you really love Twitter and you like what they build, and you're a remote work advocate, that could be a good investment, even though it's not a strong buy right now. Twitter's always up and down, but it stays pretty consistent. So you're not, at least from like historical trends, you're not going to really lose money in the long term. It'll either stay the same or it'll go up. Um, but yeah, Twitter's a strong company. So yeah, just do what you think and just use money you have on hand. Don't invest money that's already invested. I wouldn't take away from current investments. Like I'm not going to sell my other stocks just to purchase these tools. But yeah, just have fun with it, and you can always leave a comment down here in this post. You can just check it out at igotpassion.net and then go to my blog and then leave a comment if you find any other companies that are supporting remote work that you'd like to invest in that are in the stock exchange. All right, I hope that helped and I hope you found that interesting. I'll see you later.